Hey, what's going on, conscious leader? Welcome to Heaven on Earth, the weekly YouTube astrological forecast. I'm your astrologer, the Leo Mystic, and this is where we connect the heavens to the earth and to our hearts. This is the astrological forecast for the week of the 25th of August until the 1st of September. To tune in to your health, wealth, love, and happiness. And of course, your spiritual growth. And we have drawn the cards, the challenge for this week, and our spiritual angel guidance. And I can say, they're pretty interesting. There until the end of this forecast. For now, I just want to say, welcome to Mother Earth. We're out of Leo season. No more fun. Well, just a little bit. I guess we got Mercury in Leo going super fast. Mercury is our mind. It's our analysis. It's our thinking. And it's like the little child. And it's like having a little bit of fun. But the fact that it's going so fast is just like, okay, let's have a little fun here. Let's have a little fun there. But at the same time, we have Mars and Venus and the Sun in Virgo, which is for us all about our service, the work. If you think about it, Virgo is obviously in the month of the end of August and September. And what happens then? Well, it's time to harvest. It's time to take the wheat and then put it on the grinder and make it into bread. And there's food we can eat, we can feast, we can prepare for when the sun goes into Libra. It is time to socialize and eat a feast, a meal together. So now it's all about a month of work, deep analysis. And of what? Well, like I said, and like I say, my daily astrological forecast, which is, by the way, at the Leo Mystic on Instagram, that whatever you lived in August and the ends of July, think about that. Look at it. And what was joyful, expressing from the heart. We learned to integrate the heart. And for me, literally, that was learning about the heart and how important it is. And I got in touch with my heart. And this is about service from the heart. This is about unconditional service. That's what Virgo is all about. And it's about putting down the work, grinding, if you will. I don't like that analogy, but that's the analogy that is made from the wheat. But what's even more interesting is that we will have a new moon, which is going to happen on Friday at 12:36 p.m. And that new moon in Virgo is about your service, is about thinking about a new health routine for you. What daily structure would you want to integrate? Do you want a new way of preparing your meals? Do you want to have a new workout routine? How is your work? Do you want a new job? And I would not necessarily say just go and find a new job. It's not really the time to do that. But, just to maybe wish for a new routine. And at the same time, get down to work and then just know that it will come. And you're just putting down things into steps. But this new moon in Virgo, it's going to happen at 6 degrees of Virgo. Now, Virgo is an earth sign, and we have Uranus in Taurus, and we have all that Capricornian energy. And what's interesting is that whilst at the same time we are being grounded, we're being pulled down to earth, literally with so much earth energy. But Uranus is there to shake things up and to help you to elevate to a newer, higher, better service. With Neptune in Pisces and Jupiter in Sagittarius, this is how far can you explore your own spiritual self? How deeply can you connect to Source without getting lost in a dogma, without getting lost in the old ways of doing things? Capricorn. Pluto and Capricorn destroy religion, destroy authority, and be your own authority. Saturn in Capricorn on its south node, and Uranus in Taurus as well, bringing things to the surface unexpectedly so that you get to choose new things. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but so like I said, the new moon at 6 degrees of Virgo is exact at the new moon, exact with Uranus in Taurus, a new earth. Uranus is the collective. So what does this mean? This means to wish for, to start working on your service. What service? You putting in your heart that what you love the most. If you love teaching, you teach. You write your workshops. If you love, cooking, you start preparing your meals when you're a cook. If you are an artist, you start painting, work per work. But here's the thing. It has to be. Well, it doesn't have to be, but it is about. If you can make this about a deep service for Mother Earth, this is where you rise to a new level, a new frequency, new manifestations. Be ready for a whole month, because that new moon is the chart for a whole month. And that means that trine to Uranus is going to be there for a whole month. This is a whole month. If you take your service seriously and you serve from the heart, you go out, you forgive, you are the light, you talk to people, you do what you are best at. This is where you will be surprised. This is where unexpected events in your favor will pop up. Trust me. But this is about a deep service. And with Venus over Mars, Venus was teaching Mars how to be feminine, how to serve from a place that is from a more caring, more loving aspect. And the first part of the week, the moon is in Cancer. This is a check-in right before we go to that new moon from past month about how are you at home? Do you feel at home? Yes? Take those feelings with. This is a deep, nurturing energy. Service from your deepest self. The answers lie within. And within is what is without. Because we're all deeply interconnected. You are the field. You are God. You are the one who is responsible for the love. When you say thanks to God, you actually say God to yourself. You thank yourself by thanking God. That's what a deep service is. You know that what you give is what you receive. That's the same in truth. And that service comes from that deeper service to Mother Earth, Uranus in Taurus, and a deep service for the collective, where we as a group, as a community, come together and serve from that place. And Mars and Venus together, still traveling together, is about the feminine and the masculine at the same level of service, but also a deep work together. There's some work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done. And what's going to happen is that moon in Leo, a dark moon in Leo, with a Mercury who's going to make a negative aspect. The moon in Leo who's going to make a negative aspect over to Uranus in Taurus. But Uranus in Taurus, on that day, right before the new moon, Mars at 6 degrees, trining Uranus. So acting from service, but that moon in Leo asking, do not forget your heart. Come from a place of truth. Do not forget to be passionate. Do not forget the heart, because that Virgo energy is really about judging and about analysis. And it's like, you're fat and you're ugly without any emotions to it. So be careful to not put in emotions, to put in emotions. And there's a dark moon there with that moon in Leo, square over to Uranus and Taurus. This is bringing up the child within you. Childish behavior and getting into the little me. The service is about me. Of course, I've given you this. Well, what are you going to give me? That's not what it's about. It's by understanding that when you serve, when you give, what you give is what you give yourself. Because you are the field. You are the universe. You are God. You are everyone around you. You're so interconnected that which you give to the other person is what you give to yourself. You are in the same soup. You are one organism. Just as what you don't see with trees, that they are all interconnected by their roots underground. It's one big network, and by pheromones that they share with one another. We human beings are one organism. Like the same when there's birds flocking together and you look at them, there's a couple of birds here and there and there and there and there and there. If you start analyzing, which is what Virgo does. Virgo separates and says, no, the world is separated. So be cautious for that, because that's not what it's about. It's about that polarity point. Pisces that says we're all one. Virgo says it's the scientist that says, oh my God, let's get down to geology. Let's get down to biology. And that's separate from that. And it's that Darwinian theory that does not work anymore about the survival of the fittest. No, this is about coming together. It's about waking up to the fact that it's not about survival of the fittest, but about fitting into this world and creating a community. Words of Bruce Lipton, by the way. And so, there's going to be, by the end of the week, with that new moon in Virgo, Mars in Virgo, Venus in Virgo, and Mercury in Virgo, such a tremendous capacity to separate all the bad parts from the good parts and to really purify. This is such a beautiful time to purify, but it is about doing the work, and it's about service to this earth. It's no longer about ego service. Virgo is never about ego, never. And so that's where that moon in Leo on Wednesday and Thursday is going to bring up all that ego, because it's a dark moon in Leo. And then Virgo's going to say, well, that's not what I'm about. I'm about unconditional service to this planet Earth. And this is where you tune into your heart and understanding that your heart is the connection to the field, to the source. And that you're connected to every single one, and that it's your duty to serve from that place. And what have we drawn this week? Well, funny enough, in the world, not of the world. And in the world, not of the world, means that you don't get caught up in that Virgo energy of identifying with your service, identifying with the earth and your control over everything that is around you, Virgo tends to control and want to be in control of every little bit of the process. But you are not that process. You are working on that progress. You are in the world, not of it. You are a spiritual being in a physical body manifested, because the spirit wants to experience the process. It is not that process. It wants to experience the chocolate. It is not that chocolate. It does not, you cannot identify with what you serve. That's what a Leo would do. A Leo is going to identify and ask to receive because it has given. This is where you serve, from that place of spiritual high vibration, without attaching to the outcome, without attaching to your service. This is unconditional service. You're in the world, not of the world. You are not limited to a physical body. You are the field. You are in the world, not of the world. Okay? Now, how are you going to do that? How can you do that? Well, here's where we've drawn books. The answer for you about this in the world, not of the world, about your service to Mother Earth, about what it is that you come here to do, to serve as well, will be found in books this week in particular. Pay attention to everything you read. And in particular, if you feel drawn to a book, buy it, follow that impulse, and get down to work and start studying like a real Virgo does. All right? That's it for this week. And go out, because my service to you is my private Facebook group. That is my service to you, where personal zodiac will be read for you, a personal forecast for your zodiac sign, guidance with the new moon cycle and the full moon cycle, what to do, what to ask for, what to wish for, how to deal with that energy, what to do with the new moon and the full moon. And third, a question and answer weekly. Your personal how would it be like for you to have your personal astrologer and me to have you there, to have me there answer all your questions you have about your astrological sign, about your astrology, about what the hell is going on with the energy? Ask me personally there at my personal private Facebook group. I'll put the link down below. Heaven on Earth, your personal astrology guide. That's it for this week. Do remember to tune into your heart and to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Much love, the Leo Mystic. See you next week for another forecast. Bye-bye.